Hi everyone, I am Punya Aggarwal, ACCA affiliate and one of the admins of Being ACCA. And in this video, I will be talking about everything regarding your AAA paper, which is Advanced Audit and Assurance paper, which is there in your um, professional level. And we'll be discussing do's and don'ts and how students, actually face difficulties in this and everything that you need to know before you start on with this paper. So just to give you a background, your AAA paper is a professional level, or I will say level up of your AA paper in your skill level, which was your F8 paper. So I know that there can be certain students who have not done AA and then are thinking or are already doing AAA. So you'll ask me that is it fine if if I have gotten an exemption in AA and then go to AAA? To be honest, you will face certain issues with it if you are a fresher and you're not working in any domain, especially audit. Because if you are working in audit, then it's completely fine because you already know all of the terminologies and you have a practical experience of the same, right? But if you're somebody who is a fresher and does not know what audit is in general, then I would say that you have to do a little bit of research and a little bit of learning from AA, so that at least the basics of audit you at least know, so that you are comfortable in AAA. Because or in AAA you have full-fledged long case studies and complex topics also for obvious reasons. But if you do like good background research about AA and do like understand the basics, only the basics of it, then I think you'll be good to go. So that was for AA. Now, how advanced is this paper in contrast to your AA paper? It is very advanced, obviously. Firstly, the structure. I'll discuss everything in detail. Firstly, the structure is very different. Here you have 100% descriptive paper. In AA, you used to have only 70% descriptive based paper. Here you also have professional marks. In AA, you did not have professional marks. Some of the topics are same. For example, risk is same, your review and reporting is same. All these topics will really help you if you're already done with audit. And there are of course few new topics also, like there are other assignments, there are money laundering, there is quite a few. There is also your practice management, quality management. All of these topics you have not done. And in regards to the difficulty level, if we talk about, it's not difficult. The difficulty level is actually the same, if you say so, in regards to your preparation. So if you prepare very well, if you follow the instructions very well, and you have practiced ample number of questions, then I think you'll be good to go. So AAA was one of my favorite professional level papers, to be very honest. So let's discuss now, dive into the paper. I've just given you a brief about AAA. Let's first see what are the course contents of AAA. What all are you going to study in AAA? So there are 7 major areas over here. Okay, in AAA, the syllabus it's just bifurcated in like 7 different areas. So the first topic is your regulatory environment. Okay, so this is basically about the laws and regulations, about revolving around audit. Your money laundering is also an important aspect of it. And money laundering is a topic which students think that it is very simple, because you know what is money laundering, and that is the reason that they skip on this topic. But that is not what you have to do. You have to read and understand and practice every topic, every question which is there in the paper, even though it is very simple, very easy. Okay. So this is the first topic. Then the next topic is professional and ethical considerations. Now this is another topic which students take very lightly, because they feel that I have already done the ethical considerations and professional considerations in my AA, so I know what is self-interest, I know what is self-review. But this here, it is not just restricted to your self-review, self-interest, right? No, you have to do them in detail. Plus in your AA, professional considerations was not a major part. Here it is a major part, right? So this was the second topic. Let's move forward with the third topic. Third topic, you can also note down these topics. so that you know at least that what is the curriculum, what does the curriculum look like. So then you have quality and practice management. This is a very, very important syllabus area in suppose in relation to your I would say section B question, right? Now, the next important topic that we have, which is actually very, very important, is planning and conducting, I'm sorry for my writing, of an audit of historical financial statement. So now you will be thinking that, oh my God, this is such a lengthy topic, but this is same what we have already done, risk and planning in audit in AA. And this is just an extended version, but this topic is very, very important from your question one perspective. So I'll also be discussing question wise details, but question one comes for 50 marks. And out of 50 marks, at least I would say 25 to 30 marks is for this particular topic, right? So this topic is very, very, very important. You have to do it very, very nicely and very, very carefully. And part of it you have already done in AA, business risk, audit risk, all of these things. But again, you have to be a little more careful in drafting and writing your answers. Then next topic that we have is completion, review, and reporting. So this is again an important area. This also you have done in your AA paper. And mark my words, this is a straightforward a question which will come in your section B. So if you know that section B has question one and question two, like two questions of 25 marks each, I'll also be discussing this. But one of the questions which is for 25 marks will straight away come from this particular topic. So 25 marks, this topic is for clear cut 25 marks, which is again very, very important. So again, this topic you have already done in your AA about the reporting and review, about the auditor's report, unqualified, modified report, all of those things, right? So this is again the same thing. Of course, a level up of the case study and the stuff. Then the next topic you have is other assignments. Now this topic also has a lot of smaller topics, not very big, but like small topics. Again, this particular syllabus area is also very neglected because students feel like, okay, these are small topics, I'll do it afterwards. But this also is very important because these can come in your question one, like for 5 to 7 marks, question two 5 to 6 marks. So it will constitute at least 10 to 15 marks of a paper, which is very important, right? So now the seventh point is the current issues and developments. This is basically about your technical articles. So this is your technical articles. We will be, extracting the information from technical articles for this particular syllabus area. And I will also be making a separate video about the important technical articles and explaining you important things to pick up from those technical articles. Because if you know, the technical articles are very, very lengthy. So of course, you cannot read them. So I will be making a separate video explaining all of that as well. So this was your curriculum. This was what all is there in your paper. These are 7 major topics, and I have also explained that all the topics are equally important and some are more important, right? Now let's move forward with exam format. So basically, this is very different from your AA paper for obvious reasons. So you have 3 questions in here. So basically, you have section A, and then you have section B. In section B, you have 2 questions. In section, you have 1 question. 1 question is for 50 marks, okay? And here you have 25 marks each. Now, if you know in professional, in professional papers, we also have a split of 80% and 20%. I hope that you know this. And 80% is for the technical areas, and 20% is straight away your professional marks. So of course, the paper will be, for example, here, 50, the bifurcation is 40 for the technical marks, plus 10 marks will be awarded for the professionalism. So professionalism has 5 different offerings, 5 different things like communication, presentation, how are you discussing it with the, writing the answers, everything. So also for that, I will be making a separate video. Let me know if you want that. But there are 5 different things that you have to cater for these 10 marks. And mind my word, these are very, very easy 10 marks. Very, very easy. You don't have to write anything extra for these 10 marks. So technically, you are attempting a paper of 80 marks and you're given the timeline for full 100 marks, right? So you just have to write carefully whatever you're writing so that you are able to get the professional marks. Then in 25, and here also you have a bifurcation of 10 plus 5, 20 plus 5. So that makes it 20 for the professional marks. So this is for your exam format, right? So this is your exam format. Let's move on to some of the commonly asked questions, which I get very often. That about these questions, I've made like a list for AAA specifically. So a lot of students ask me that is SBR important for AAA? Like if I'm not done with SBR, or maybe I'm planning to do SBR after AAA, does it make any sense? Is it fine or no? So my personal opinion will be it's not fine. You should be done with SBR one thing, or you should be having a combination of SBR and AAA, because SBR is the base for your AAA. In AAA, you will be scrutinizing the financial statements. You'll be seeing that is whatever the management is doing in the financial statement, is it correct or no, right? So until or unless you do not know what is wrong, for example, in SBR, you learn all of the standards, the IFRSs, IAS, right? And in AAA, you will be having an application of these in your case study. So until or unless you do not know what is the relevant standard, you won't be able to apply that, right? So my personal advice would be first go with SBR. Similarly, is the case with FR plus AA in skill level also. So my personal advice would be to go for SBR first and then go for AAA. Now the next question I have already answered. I believe that what if you have exempted AA? I would say that please, have basics of audit. Just go through some of the webinars or go through some of the video lectures for AA, so that at least you know that okay, what is business risk, what is audit risk, what is completion and review and reporting. Because if you watch the lectures of some tutors, they would have directly started with the concepts of AAA, because they will assume that you know which is fine also, because you should know these topics if you're going to a professional level paper. So if AA was exempted, at least do some topics, important topics of AA from YouTube videos. Then the third question is, are standards important? Like IFRSs, your IAS, are they important for AAA? In my opinion, 100% yes. Like there are a lot of students who do not think that standards are important and do not write the name and the number of the standards, which just baffles me, because you are applying the standards in your paper, and until unless you do not name the standard, how is it going to make sense? It won't, right? So you have to apply. When you're applying them, you should name them. So standards are very important. We If you just go to our Instagram bio, we have ACCA resources, and under that we have a PDF for all the AAA students, wherein we have compiled all of the important standards. So you can just go through that PDF, and I think you'll be good to go. So that was that. Now talking about another thing, that possible case scenarios, if we discuss question wise now, wherein we discussed over here that it is for 50 marks and everything. So just let's discuss the last thing, and then I'll pick up the most important question, that why people actually fail in audit, and why is the percentage of audit, the pass percentage of audit AAA is very less, and why students are scared of AAA, right? So if you talk about question number one, this is basically will be set at your planning stage. As I discussed, that the third topic that we have will at least constitute 20 to 30 marks from this question, and then can have a combination of your ethics question or other assignment question, or your substantive procedures are also very important, if you know. So this can be a combination. Then question 2 and question 3, so either of them can have a question from completion and review and reporting. And then your last question can be a bouncer question, like can have anything, like that question can contain any question from your any area of the syllabus. So it can be from ethics, it can be from quality management, it can be from practice management, it can be from any topic, right? So this was the bifurcation. Now let's discuss that why students are scared of audit of AAA basically. So why students fail. and what all you should avoid in AAA specifically. First of all, very, very common, I think this is common for every paper, which is time management. Time management is very, very important for the paper because it is a descriptive paper. So you can, if you can write a lot of things which is not even necessary. So you should know that what is the word limit, what is the marks which the exam is for. So time management is very, very important. Second thing is not doing typing practice. So typing practice is also very important. As I said, it is a descriptive paper. Again, one thing, it is not a theory paper. Please forget this word. I have heard from a lot of students that what they do is they learn everything, every damn thing in the paper, in the syllabus, and they just rote learn all of those things and write them in the answers, which is a big blunder that you can do, because AAA is not a theory paper. It is a descriptive paper. You will be getting a case study and then you have to write your answers as per that particular case study. So if you have wrote, learned, memorized the answers, it does not make any sense in the exam, and examiner can also nullify your results, right? Then the third thing which I personally feel is that many students take professional marks for granted. They feel that these are free marks, these are easy marks. Yes, they are free marks, easy marks, but then you have to write as per the professional ethics. This can make or break your paper if you are not writing in a correct format, you're not giving correct headings, you're not giving given correct conclusions, all of those things, right? Then fourth thing which I feel is when you ignore, I think I mentioned this earlier, ignoring smaller topics. So as I said, not practice, ethics, money laundering, other assignments, all of these things are very, very small, right? Smaller topics. So you should not ignore them, because again, this can make or break your paper. Then talking about fifth one, not attempting your mocks. So mocks are very, very important, because mocks actually give you, and not just attempting them in timed conditions. That is also very important. If you do not attempt the mocks in timed conditions, it will lead you, because you will not get an idea that am I able to complete the paper in the set amount of time, or am I taking like longer hours to complete the papers, what type of questions will be asked, how am I going to attempt it, how am I going to perform over there, right? So attempting mocks is very, very important. And with in continuation to this, your sixth point comes, get it marked by a tutor or a mentor. Like have the mock under somebody, because again, the same thing, this is not a practical paper wherein you'll solve some sums and if your answer is correct, okay, you can self check it. Here, self marking, I don't personally think so is beneficial, because of course you are self reviewing the paper. So you will of course neglect some of the mistakes, or maybe because you are yourself writing, even though go to the examiner answer and you see that okay, what they have written long paragraphs, and you will not understand, okay, is my answer right, is my answer wrong? So that is another thing. So you should always get at least one or two of your mocks checked by your tutor or by your mentor. So we at Being ACCA also provide the test series plus the mock evaluation of the AAA for the AAA students. So if you are somebody who's self-studying, maybe, or maybe your tutor is not available for the mock checking and assignments, you can definitely reach us out on our Instagram page, and we will be having our test series starting very, very soon. So you can let us know if you want to join that. So that is that. And then we have the standards, which is again very important. Standards are very, very important. So the IFRS and the IS. So I hope after these, if you are following all these things in mind, so I don't think so triple is very difficult. It's just a common practice that if the pass percentage is less, the students will feel little demotivated or little scared of the paper. Getting scared of the paper is fine, because it can also lead to positive reinforcement, but practice should be done. So how should you proceed? Like if you're starting with AAA now, how should you proceed with the paper? Firstly, if you are self-studying, then I would say pick up the Kaplan study text. It will really help you. Do a lot of simultaneous practice. Simultaneous practice will actually help you a lot to understand a particular concept. For example, you are done with the planning and the topic wherein we explained about the planning and conducting of an audit of the historical financial statements. You are done with that. Pick up the question from the kit, any of the kit BPP or Kaplan, and write your answers down. So if you have a habit of from the day one that you're typing your answers and then understanding the concepts, it will be the best thing for you, because from the starting only you'll be having time, you won't be having any time management issues. From the starting only you'll be having a grip over your writing skills and how much are you writing, is it correct or no. So my personal advice will be for all the people, not for just for the self-studying people, for all the people, please do simultaneous practice in AAA, because AAA is a descriptive paper. It's not that if you're done with full syllabus and then you go on to the practice, it won't help you. So simultaneous practice will actually boost your confidence, because once you're done with this topic and you do like 5 to 6 questions and then you're actually able to write the answers, you'll be like, oh my God, yes, I am able to write, which is good, right? So this is again a way forward. So just start with your study text, watch lectures if you are taking any sorts of lectures, understand the concept really well, do simultaneous practice. Once you're done with the syllabus, move on to your past papers. Past papers are very, very important, which are available on your ACCA website. Your technical articles are also very, very important. In professional levels, all the technical articles are very important. Let me know if you want a separate video about explanation of the technical articles. Then mocks are very important. The pre-September mock, which ACCA will release in August, is also very, very important. Then your examiner's report is also very, very important. Examiner report is also very, very important. All of these things are available on your ACCA portal only. You do not have to go to any other website. Examiner reports are equally important because they will actually help you understand where the student went wrong, right? So all of these things are important. Let me know if you still have any further doubts in regards to AAA. You can comment down below, or you can also reach us out on our Instagram page, which is @beingacca, and we'll be happy to help you.